Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a Laserdisc video. I'm going to be showing off some of the horror Laserdiscs that I've got. It's been a while since I've done a Laserdisc video. I think the last one I did was in 2009, so it's been about 6 years. I have still got the Laserdiscs I had then, which I'll re-show, hopefully showing you better, because I didn't really like the video that I did. And also I've got a ton of new Laserdiscs. I'm just showing horrors today, but if there's any interest in my Laserdisc collection, I can show the other collections in my collection, if that makes sense. I'm not going to really talk about the films much, just going to hold them up, show you the covers and move on. So here we go. Here's the first one. We've got Cat in the Brain. Sorry about the glare because the screen's on, it's just glaring out. This one I believe is still cut or in England. I don't believe it's banned. I think there is a release of this in the UK, but I think it is cut, but I'd need to check that. Next one I've got for you is New York Ripper. Also a really good film, same again as Cat in the Brain. This was done by Lucia Fulci. Really nice bits of gore in this film, and again I think this one's still either banned or cut in England due to sexual violence towards women. Next one I've got is a Japanese import, and it's The Fly 2. Not really much to say about The Fly 2. I'm sure everybody's seen Fly 2 and Fly. A really fun one, House, Ding Dong, You're Dead. I only picked this one up fairly recently. I'm having told it at an obscure angle so the glare doesn't get you on the off the screen. Hellraiser 2. I've got some of the other Hellraisers downstairs as well, but I've not brought them up at this moment in time. Do really like Hellraiser. I don't know if you've seen, I've got the scale models of Hellraiser and stuff like that downstairs. Next one is Basket Case 3, the weakest I believe of the Basket Case films. I prefer the first one, to be honest with you, but that's just one man's opinion. Next one I can't tell you anything about because it's on my to watch pile, is the Cold Eyes of Fear. I haven't got a clue about this film, it just looked interesting so I picked it up. Next one, oops, sorry, that side, Return of the Evil Dead. Really like the artwork on this one. This is what drew me to this film. I have got the film on DVD and I have seen it, but I've not actually watched this Laserdisc yet. But yeah, it's quite a good film. It's zombies, basically skeletal zombies from the Spanish Inquisition sort of period of time, and it's also in Spanish subtitled. Pretty sure, let me just check it. Oh no, this is the English dubbed version apparently, so it's all in English. Spontaneous Combustion. I actually really liked this film. I watched this probably about a week ago when I picked it up, and this is a Tobe Hooper film, the guy who made your Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff like that, so there's some nice bits of gore in it. It's about a guy who is born of a nuclear experiment, and it gives him crazy abilities to project fire through telephone lines and set fire to people and kill people off in sort of spectacular ways using fire and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's hard to find now, but worth getting that on. Saturday the 14th. This is kind of a spoof comedy horror, obviously ripping off Friday the 13th title. The tagline for this is, on Friday the 13th it gets bad, on Saturday the 14th it gets worse. Really interesting little film. But I will show you the disc of this because I was absolutely amazed that this played and had no visible rot on it, because if you look, the disc itself is absolutely riddled with oxidization. There you go, you can see the glare off the screen as well. Unfortunately, it's both sides as well. Look, so yeah, but yeah, it played well. Haunting Fear, a film about a woman who's petrified of being buried alive, and her husband tries to give her a heart attack and kill her off by burying her alive because of having an affair with another woman who's got bigger tits, and there is plenty of tits in this film, so it's not bad if you're into tits, and it's not bad if you're into horror. It's been put out there by Trauma. I don't know if you can see that for the thing, so expect their usual high standard of production. Another film that I watched fairly recently, it didn't really do anything for me. There is a remake that's more recent, somewhere about the 2000s, 1999 or something, that's actually available on Laserdisc as well, but this is the original 60s version, and that is The Haunted House film that nothing really much happens in. Didn't do anything for me. Amityville 3D, not a bad film, but definitely not a good film. Although it's called Amityville 3D, this is the 2D version of the film, and you know, it's a bit of a piss take. They should have just called it Amityville 3 and not 3D, because I was hoping to get some glasses with this and watch this in 3D. Some nice little like animatronic robots and stuff. It's not CG sort of stuff. It's all done by little puppets and stuff. All the monsters and stuff in it, which is pretty cool. Let's wet my whistle. Exorcist Special Edition. Not going to say anything about this, just going to show it. This is a 25th anniversary special edition of Exorcist. This is a gatefold, I think. Nope, not a gatefold. Thought it was. But yeah, Exorcist. I'm sure we've all seen it. Next is the Criterion Collection of Halloween. Quite a hard film to get, but I've had this one quite a while. Again, not going to show you much about this one or talk about it much. If you've not seen Halloween, you collect horror films, then there's something fucking wrong with you. Film by Dario Argento, one of my favourite Dario Argento films, Bird with Crystal Plumage. This is the first feature film that Dario Argento did by himself. He did some other work as a co-director, but I believe this was his first feature film on his own. Very good, very worth watching, is Bird with a Crystal Plumage. It's, you know, it's one of his better ones, I think. It was Jaleo as well, instead of just a gore-fest type film. Videodrome, director's cut. Can't really remember much about this film. It's been a while since I've watched it. The Frighteners, really like this film. It's got Michael J. Fox in it as a ghost hunter, and he's got these ghosts here, as well as a like a gunslinger type one whose jaw keeps falling off, and they go to the houses, scare people, move stuff around, and then Michael J. Fox moves in and tells them to go home. You can see the gunslinger ghost in this picture here, hopefully, if the picture's good enough. But yeah, he's cool. He actually goes to a house that's got some other ghosts in it. It's a really bad demon guy, and he's killing people off. Really good film. Really do like this, and Michael J. Fox is very good in this. He really is. It's one of his best 90s films. You know, one of the best films he did apart from Back to the Future. Screamers, I watched this one a couple of years ago, the last time I watched it. If I remember, it's an alien planet, and there's, you know, lots of crazy shit going on. I can't really remember much about it, to be honest with you. Remember it being, you know, a reasonably decent film, but yeah, it's been a while since I watched that one, unfortunately. Next one, Event Horizon. Spaceship that's supposed to be a cross-dimensional warp device in it. Something goes wrong. A crew comes in to salvage the ship and find out what went wrong. Apparently now the ship is evil and it just kills everybody off. So yeah, that's Event Horizon. Really do like that. It's a film that me and my wife will sit and watch together, actually. Although the wife's not really into the horror films like I am. A Wes Craven film, People Under the Stairs. I have seen this one, but it eludes me as to what it is about. Yeah, I remember it being decent. Here's a film that I really like and would recommend to anybody, is Jacob's Ladder. It's about a Vietnam veteran who comes back. This guy who comes back from Vietnam. He's traumatized and he keeps seeing weird things, and weird things happen to him, and he finds himself in like abandoned mental hospitals, and all sorts of strange things happen to this chap. Very good film, highly recommended to anybody, and that's Jacob's Ladder. Next one is Candyman. Good film. Look into a mirror, say his name 5 times, and he's supposed to appear and try and kill you. It's been a long time since I watched this. I remember talking about this film in primary school, because you were always dared to do the Candyman thing in the mirror, and everyone was too shit scared to do it. But I don't know if that's everybody's remembering of this film, but that's how I remember it. Being too scared to say it 5 times in the mirror as a child. But yeah, that's the Candyman there. That's widescreen as well. It's not pan and scan. Here's one that I know nothing about. I've never watched this film, and it doesn't really appeal to me. I just picked it up basically because it looked fairly cool. And that's Dreamscape. It looks, you know, relatively just glowing-eyed little gremlins and stuff on it, and it looks alright, but I probably won't watch that one. Here's a really good film. This is Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. This has got Billy Zane in it, and he's really good in this. He's basically some sort of demon, and he traps like the good guys in a I think it's a brothel, and you know, lots of shenanigans take place, and they all try and get out alive, but you'll have to watch it to see what happens on that. Really solid performance on this one by Billy Zane. I have to say he did a brilliant job in this film. Very good film, highly recommended. This is also out on DVD as a double pack with the other Tales from the Crypt film, Bordello of Blood. That one's also a pretty good film. I'm trying to pick that up on Laserdisc as well, but I've only got that on DVD, the Bordello of Blood, at the moment. Another one that I've not watched, so I'm sorry I can't really tell you anything about, and that is The Relic. I'll just show you this one. Possibly watch this at some point, but at this moment in time I can't tell you anything about it, guys, sorry. Here's a pre-cert from the UK. This is Extra. This was one of the films that was possibly banned. I think it was a Section 3 film, if memory serves. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure the guys on the pre-cert forums will correct me. But this is another one that looks really badly rotted, but it played on my machine quite well. Let's take this out and show you. It's gone like a caramel colour. It's not originally supposed to be sort of caramelly colour. It's supposed to be like pure silver like the other Laserdiscs, and there's a few sort of specks of the original colour, but it played fine on my player the last time I had it on, and It's actually not a bad little film. Don't get me wrong, it's not brilliant. Don't expect it to be the most awesome film you've ever seen, but it is definitely worth a watch if you're into preset laserdiscs. Definitely. Just put this away 1 second, guys. Sorry. And last up, I have PS, children shouldn't play with dead things. Now this one's quite a rare one because it's the one of the first 500 which came as a signed copy. If we open up the Laserdisc, I'll show you exactly what I mean. On the back of the disc, let me just find out where it is. This bit here, I don't know if you can read that. I think you should be able to see that. I can read that, so I'm sure you can. Anyway, it says the first 500 copies of this Laserdisc will be signed by the FX artist and actor Alan and the writer and director Bob Clark. I think Bob Clark's now passed away, but inside you have the replica press sheet, little booklet, and it is indeed signed by Alan and Bob, and they're hand signed, they're not printed on there, so that's pretty cool. Let's put that in there nice and safe again. I'll put this back in its protective case. But yeah, that's this episode of my Horror Laserdisc update finished for today, guys. Let's put this away a second. There we go. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be doing some more over the next few days with more Laserdiscs, and if you're interested, I can do other stuff, not just horror, but at the moment I'm just going to go through the horror ones. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.